Hey guys, it's Seth from Crawlworks Power Sports, and I'm actually doing a video right now on a 200-mile review on the CF Moto 1000 XL. So we brought the machine down to West Virginia. It had 80 miles on it to be able to ride the trails and put the machine through the test of the Outlaw trails, the Hatfield and McCoy trails, and just see how overall the machine performs on the different types of terrain that West Virginia has to offer. Right now the machine has 221 miles on it, which we do have to do our 200-mile service tomorrow morning on the machine for the break-in period. We rode Indian Ridge today. We also rode some outlaw trails from Welch, West Virginia to Pineville, West Virginia, and all different terrains. As far as the machine handling the trails, the machine handles the trails 100% perfectly fine. Had zero problems, zero issues with everything that we had went through. We did take it through some pretty rutted trails. There was points that I thought the machine was going to tip over, but the machine didn't tip over whatsoever. It just kept moving and kept going through. There was only two instances that we had to use four-wheel drive, and basically I used four-wheel drive just to eliminate the back tire spin, so then that way we didn't have any issues going through the hard rutted areas that we went. The suspension on the machine, to me, it's very comfortable for riding the trails. Going down the trails 15-20 mile an hour. And of course there's rocky trails, there's perfectly groomed hard-packed clay trails. There's all different types of terrain, but even in the rocky sections going 15-20 mile an hour, the machine just absorbs the rocks. I don't believe that there's issues or problems with the suspension on the machine whatsoever. We did notice that it did start to run a little warmer than what it did this morning, and we believe that that was from going through some of the big deep mud puddles, mud splashing up into the radiator and everything else that was splashing onto the machine. We have our Super ATV high clearance A-arms with our brass bushing kits on the front and the rear. This machine has the front kit and the rear kit on it, and we noticed that there is absolutely zero suspension noise. The only suspension noise that we could hear is from the shock bottoming out whenever the machine would start to three-wheel because of the long wheelbase going through some of the rutted areas that we had went through. Now we do have the Team MSC doors on our CF Moto, which will be coming off here very shortly. We do have the actual 4 doors from CF Moto ordered for that, and they'll be shipping and coming to us from Canada. But the Team MSC doors, for the amount of money that you spend on these doors, $1,300 to $1,500 shipped to your front door, to me is not worth it. The doors are very flimsy, they're very loud, they rattle constantly. Ours has only been on the machine maybe a month and a half, and only has 2 rides on it since those doors have been on there, and we're having issues with the doors starting to sag because the material that the doors are made out of is soft and the bolts are pulling into the door material itself, so it's loosening the hinges and the doors are starting to sag. They're not wanting to close correctly. There's just some issues there with those doors that I think, for the amount of money that you're spending, you know, $1,500, I mean, that's a lot of money to buy 4 doors for one of these machines, and they could be built way better. I mean, they could be built out of metal and still be a cost-effective door at $1,300 to $1,500. I mean, yeah, you're going to have more money in shipping because you're using metal doors. But again, I think the execution on how these doors are made is very poor. You know, we're not knocking Team MSC. We're not talking bad about Main Street Cycle. We're just reviewing the product that we have on that machine from Main Street, and I just believe that trail armor that MSC went through could have done a lot better with those doors. We did have a lot of windshield rattle. which, you know, watching this video, you'll go ahead and see from different sections of videos that we posted on certain trails and terrain and stuff like that. You'll see that the windshield is, of course, it's a large windshield, but it flexes and it rattles a lot. It is the CF Moto factory windshield, which we're going to order the CF Moto factory glass windshield with the wiper kit and put in the machine. The bumper that we installed on the back of the machine, absolutely zero rattle, zero noise from the back end of the machine. There is that normal gear transmission whine in low that we did notice. Braking, I mean, it sucks. It's a four-seater. All four-seaters, I mean, pretty much suck. We're going to do some research, try to find a better brake pad, because I think it's actually the brake pad issue, to be able to help it stop a lot better and stop. I mean, a lot of people already know that the machines, you can jam the brakes on and the tires really doesn't lock up on it. The brakes get better over a period of time from the machine being new, but it's not very comparable to what other machines, a Polaris Razor, a Can-Am X3, Polaris Ranger, Can-Am Defender. I've driven them all, and these brakes are just, they're kind of horrible. They do their job. They stop you on the trail. They'll hold you on a hill and stuff like that, but I just feel the pedal's pretty spongy there. So we're going to do some research and try to figure that out and come up with a workaround or a fix for that. Overall, we did 107 or 108 miles today, between trails, main road, jumping from trail system to trail system, and so forth and so on. So again, this review is basically to tell you that the machine itself, for what you pay for this machine, at $15,000 plus tax and all your prep fees and everything, is well worth it. It's definitely worth the money. Zero issues, zero problems. It does what we want it to do. It does what we ask it to do. To me, it's comfortable. I'm a 6'5", 315-pound guy, and the machine is very comfortable for me and myself to be in. So that's our review. You know, 1 out of 10, it's a 7.5 to an 8. It's definitely a very good trail ready machine. So go ahead and enjoy the rest of the video here. We are going to have some scenes from the trails and stuff, and some pictures and stuff. Please like, share, and subscribe our YouTube channel for more products, more reviews, and more in-depth stuff as we keep getting miles put on this machine to keep testing it out on the terrain that we ride here. So once again, thanks for coming to Crawlworks Power Sports YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next ride.